So you got to start off by cleaning the bird, and that's pretty important. And I've discovered an extra trick, which I do, because I like to be able to take the chicken out all at once when I'm done, before I grind up the vegetables. So I wrap it in cheesecloth, and that way all the bones are together, and I don't have to worry about losing little pieces. So now I've got it in this great big soup pot, and I'm just going to fill it and cover it completely with water. Just about out. I don't know this. To get my new one out. So it gets a good shake of salt. Much as I hate to have to admit it, my chicken soup, which is the best chicken soup there is, doesn't really have any greater effect than anybody else's chicken soup. So chicken soup is good no matter what you do. This soup does have a lot of unusual vegetables. It has sweet potato and parsnips and turnips. For me, chicken soup is comfort food, and I guess different people have different foods that they consider comfort food, but in our family, it would be mostly chicken soup.
Grandma said it was good for people that have colds. I suggested that might be because it has an anti-inflammatory effect. She says, really? And I said, sure, we could test that in the lab, since that's what we do in the laboratory, and that's what led to the studies. The first thing we did was we tested the soup in a standard measurement that we do in the laboratory, an assay, where we measure the ability of one of the kinds of white cells in the blood to move. The cell that we studied is a cell called a neutrophil, and it's the most important cell for defending the body against bacteria. It's the most common white cell that's in the blood. And of course, they do their job by moving from one place to another. And there's ways to study that in the laboratory, and we do that as a routine. What we showed was that Grandma's chicken soup had some very modest, but clearly measurable, ability to reduce the ability of those cells to move, which you could interpret as a kind of an anti-inflammatory activity. If it resulted in fewer cells, for example, in your throat when you got a virus, you could speculate that that could lead to less symptoms.
It's really a great thing to do with your family. So when my kids are in town, it's an easy recipe to do with another person in the kitchen. This is what I do. This is my grandmother, and this is her mother, Anna. Trivial Pursuit has a question about Dr. Rennard, and the question is, what food in a Dr. Stephen Rennard study eased symptoms of the common cold by slowing the movement of white blood cells? The recipe is published in this great book of recipes called The Great Food Almanac. So it says why it works in scientific terms. Chicken soup inhibits neutrophil chemotaxis. So that was very exciting, and it has my name, Barbara O. Rennard and Associates, University of Nebraska Medical Center. I did not do the research on this, but I think my husband really wishes that I had, because that would take a little of the pressure off of him.
I mean, one of the things that is interesting is that there's little doubt that 100 years from now, probably everything else that I've done will be forgotten because it'll be irrelevant and out of date. But the chicken soup paper probably will still be cited. I'm speculating.